what's up, guys? It's the Mego 301, and today we are back. Back with Death Battle, yes, but we are reacting to an old Death Battle. Remember how, like, half a year ago I asked, if you guys wanted to see me show my friends old Death Battles they have not seen? Well, I'm finally getting around to it. Joining with me today is my great friend, Zombie Warlord.
Hello there.
And in celebration of May the 4th, we will be watching Obi-Wan versus Kakashi, Star Wars versus Naruto. So, Zombie, do you have any initial thoughts before we start?
I have no clue who Kakashi is. That being said, it doesn't matter if I knew Kakashi or not. I'm going for Obi-Wan Kenobi, obviously.
My goat,
Star Wars.
My goat.
Come on now.
All right. Without further ado, Zombie, are you ready?
I am.
All right. Let's get into it.
Heroes come in many different forms. Some are heroic protectors of justice, and others are the teachers who guide us toward a brighter future.
And sometimes they're both, like Obi-Wan Kenobi, the Jedi Master of the Galactic Republic from Star Wars.
And Kakashi Hatake, the 6th Hokage of the Hidden Leaf and mentor to Naruto.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle. On the distant planet of Tatooine lived an elderly hermit known as Old Ben.
Animated by Devil
His heart's
Artemis, the
heavy
same
with
person
regret
who did
and stories to tell.
Because he wasn't just some crazy
Doomslayer.
old coot. He used to be a badass samurai space wizard.
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Now that's a name I've not heard in a long time. I love a good Obi-Wan-liner.
Hello there.
As a child, Kenobi was inducted into the Jedi Order, warrior monks training in the Force over the course of their lives.
And he was trained by the one and only Liam Neeson. Well, until he was murdered by Space Satan.
Though not before they discovered a child of prophecy in Obi-Wan's future pupil, Anakin Skywalker.
I have a bad feeling about this.
Eventually, Kenobi rose to the top ranks of the Order, becoming a Jedi Master. Just in time for 2 back-to-back galactic wars.
Sounds like fun when you've got his classic lightsaber, which can cut through basically
Frontier
anything
footage,
with
let's
enough
go.
force. Get it?
Including the duranium armor of General Grievous, which can tank volleys from starfighter cannons.
It's an elegant weapon for a more civilized age. Because, mutilating and decapitating people left and right is way more honorable.
Kenobi has studied 7 forms of lightsaber combat, and is the undisputed master of Form 3, Soresu.
Which is all about defense and waiting for your opponent to make a mistake to land a finishing blow. He's so skilled, he can beat Sith Lords in just seconds.
But Kenobi's most powerful weapon, or better put, ally, is the Force, an energy that exists almost everywhere. Jedi can tap into the Force to manipulate the world around them.
Like throwing stuff around with telekinesis. Everything from pulling down an airship to crushing someone else's organs.
While Kenobi prefers a more direct dueling approach, his power in the Force is nothing to scoff at. Many years after his time, he was explicitly compared to Jedi Knight Kip Duron, who could move a micro-singularity with a thought.
Speaking of thoughts, he can mess with yours with the Jedi mind trick. Like if he wanted to, he could get jizz stuck in your head.
Boomstick! Gross!
What? It's a type of music. Those aliens at Jabba's palace were playing it. They're called jizz whalers.
Huh. I bet Disney was real happy to learn about that one. Kenobi's Force abilities also include protective fields, illusions, and Tuda Minus, a technique for absorbing and redirecting energy attacks.
Even without a lightsaber. Oh, also, he can see the future.
To a certain extent, Jedi can glimpse the distant future through focused meditation. In battle, the Force can guide their movements, predicting danger in advance.
Kinda like a space spidey sense.
Exactly. With their incredible skill in the Force, Kenobi and Skywalker became a formidable duo.
Obi-Wan ranked up even more and became a general. He's a badass space pilot who can dogfight at near light speed.
According to an official novel, he can even react down to the nanosecond.
I don't know, Wiz. I've seen the movies and Jedi have never done shit like that.
Well, other mediums have greatly expanded upon Jedi capabilities. Some are even powerful enough to hold together entire planets.
Obi-Wan has fought an army while blindfolded, endured a blast from a
that's the thing. I don't know
and battled the
comics
Sith
for
Anakin
Star Wars, so
Darth Vader.
Like,
That's
you just
when
know
he
the
got to
movie-
break
the
out
movie
his
Clone
most
Wars and,
OP move
Battlefront.
of all, the high ground. By standing just a few feet above an opponent, Obi-Wan gains enormous extra powerfulness. He even warns you about it.
Server Anakin! I have the high ground!
It's foolproof.
Not exactly. Remember how Darth Maul had the high ground way back when? Against Obi-Wan himself?
Where do you think he learned such an awesome move? Only Sith Satan could think of something so deadly.
Uh-huh. Either way, Obi-Wan sadly failed
The
where it
young
mattered
Slayer
most.
9000.
Ooh, that's definitely gonna be an F on the old Jedi report card. See me after class for an epic boss battle on a lava planet.
But defeating
That's
his
still,
fallen
like, the
student
coolest
is no
lightsaber
small
duel, bar
feat.
none.
Anakin
Not-
could
nothing comes
telekinetically
even
move
close.
starships fast enough to intercept hypersonic
Yeah.
missiles. Based on the scale of this dreadnought and the distance it moved, this would need an energy
Maybe
over
all the
21
things I think it's a good
megatons of
second, but-
TNT.
And that was when
Definitely
he was a
good
newbie. He basically became the most powerful Jedi and Sith in Space Wizard history.
However, Kenobi is extremely dedicated to his strict Jedi code, potentially to a fault. It's debatable if he ever learned from this mistake. After all, he told Luke Skywalker that the only way to ever become a Jedi would be to kill his own father. And he even tried to trick him into never figuring out that fact in the first place.
Dick move, Obi. Dick move.
But even in his worst moments, Obi-Wan Kenobi always fought for the sake of others. He would battle his dark apprentice one last time, sacrificing his life in service of a new hope.
And
Oh, this
then
is
he
before the
became a
Kenobi show.
ghost.
Don't ruin the moment.
Yeah.
Strike me down, I shall become more powerful than you can possibly imagine.
All right. So, what are your thoughts on the Kenobi analysis?
That was good. I'm really hoping. But again, the problem is anime power scaling goes burr. So I worry that it's not going to
You a
be
little worried?
shit.
You a little worried?
Like it's great, you know. But we've seen how some animes are. It's crazy power scaling where
Yeah.
it's just too much. So we'll see. I don't know Naruto, so I can't
All right.
can't judge.
Well, let's see.
Shinobi, Hokage, mentor, friend.
And porn addict.
Kakashi Hatake is all of these, and generally a pretty relaxed guy for someone raised as a ninja assassin.
You wouldn't know it at first glance that his childhood sucked balls. Like when his dad committed seppuku because he saved his friends instead of prioritizing a mission.
In the shadow of disgrace, this cruel methodology of the ninja and his father's great mistake tore young Kakashi apart.
Reminds me of my dad.
What was his great mistake?
He called it boomstick.
Oh. Despite his hardship, Kakashi proved himself a prodigy, becoming a Genin at age 5, a Chunin at age 6, and a Jonin at age 12.
For those of us who don't speak anime, he might as well have been doing ninja rocket science in the womb.
He quickly mastered the use of chakra, a form of spiritual energy within all individuals that ninja can shape and weaponize. This is ninjutsu.
He can walk up walls, heal wounds, and even make clones of himself. Plus, he's a master of taijutsu, aka punching people. But his deadliest technique of all is the 1,000 years of death.
Leaf Village Secret Finger Jutsu! 1,000 years of death!
Oh, that's gonna get
What?
you on a list. Naruto's like 12.
Chakra can also be molded into nature
Don't ask,
itself,
anime.
and Kakashi can use it for numerous elemental attacks.
Sure, he can shoot fireballs or dunk you with water, but his favorite is lightning. Lightning zaps, lightning clones, lightning dogs? That's awesome! How do I get one of those?
He's even invented a lightning ninjutsu technique, the Chidori. By gathering electric chakra into his hand or a kunai, he becomes capable of piercing just about anything.
Even a bolt of actual lightning. Take that, nature! Man triumphs over you once again.
This is where Kakashi's own Chidori got its moniker, Raikiri, Lightning Cutter.
Ooh, now I know what I'm gonna name my lightning dog.
The Chidori does have a downside though. Its speed and power are so great they give the user tunnel vision and make the attack generally uncontrollable.
Basically, once you kick on the gas, you're zooming straight ahead, no matter what happens. Although, Kakashi eyed just the thing to fix it.
Long story short, he was drafted into a war alongside his friends Rin and Obito.
Shit went down and Kakashi lost an eye, so Obito handed over one of his when he decided to sacrifice his life. Holy shit, why don't I have any friends like that? Liz, give me your eye.
No,
I'll give it back, I promise.
Obito's eye wasn't an ordinary eye. He was an Uchiha, and this was a Sharingan.
With his Sharingan, Kakashi not only got some control over his Chidori, but he can see a person's chakra, predict their movements, dupe your brain with genjutsu, and even copy jutsu techniques. He's such a filthy plagiarist that he's stolen over 1,000 jutsus in 14 years.
Although since Kakashi is not an Uchiha, he can't exactly turn the Sharingan off.
And then Rin jumped in front of his Raikiri and kicked the bucket too. Man, this guy can't catch a break.
And yet, unimaginable loss is exactly what is needed to unlock the Sharingan's next stage, the Mangekyo Sharingan.
Oh yeah! With the Mankey Eye, he can cast Kamui, basically sucking objects or people into another dimension. Sure, it uses up a lot of his chakra pool, but it's a pretty clever instant win move.
The concept of trauma granting new power fascinates me. So, I've stolen Boomstick's entire beer hoard and placed it in a secure room with 200 tons of TNT.
Wait, what? Oh, you monster! What have you done?
Do you feel anything?
Just thirsty, sober, and punchy.
Punchy?
Next round's on Wiz. Well, for Kakashi, everything sort of worked out in the end. He became a teacher, and this new generation of ninja helped him learn that his dad was right all along. Friends do come first, unless they blow up all your beer. Wake up!
He's held his own against top-tier ninja like Zabuza, Pain, and even his old friend Obito.
Back from the dead and evil now, because why not? Kakashi can definitely compare to fellow ninja master Jiraiya, who can blow up mountains. That takes over 18 megatons of TNT.
And he's caught and sliced lightning. Based on the distance it moved before he caught it, he must have reacted within 70 microseconds and moved over 2,000 times the speed of sound.
Sounds like ninja president material to me. Not too shabby for a guy who likes to read porn in public. Did I forget to mention that? Because he totally does.
Kakashi of the Sharingan is nothing if not full of surprises.
Right now, all I can give you is just death.
All right, the combatants are set, and we've run the data through all possibilities.
But first, you know what's...
All right, so you saw the analysis.
You know, I worry about the lightsaber stuff. But speed-wise, they talked about Obi-Wan being like basically like nanoseconds and, you know, basically reacting almost at like the speed of light or something, right? Didn't they say that?
Yeah,
Because of like light speed? And they talked about only a fraction of speed, and then they talked about speed of sound, which is a lot. It's still really fast, but a lot slower than the speed of light.
Right.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm still not sure. But regardless, I was still gonna go Obi-Wan before, after the analysis and before. So I'm still going Obi-Wan.
I will say, do you want me to tell you who I was rooting for? Not who, because who I was rooting for. Do you want to know that? Well, that's sway your answer at all.
No, because I know I know you rooted for Obi-Wan.
Okay, yeah, I was rooting for Obi-Wan. But as for who won, obviously not going to say that. But are you ready for a fight?
Yes.
Because Devil Artemis Cook. That's all I will say. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay.
Another happy landing. Huh? Hello there.
Hold it. You're in Konoha territory. I have some questions, if you'll come with me.
You want to go home and keep reading your book?
I want to go home and keep reading my book. After I kick your ass!
Oh no.
Not the droid. The fact that Harry was still reading his book during that entire time.
Had enough?
Well now, you've fallen for the deadliest stratagem we ninja know. 1,000 years of death.
Don't try it! I have the high ground!
What the?
I guess I have the high ground.
Oh, I don't think so.
Most impressive. But I see you.
Fire style!
What?
The Genjutsu, the illusions.
Be mindful of your thoughts, Obi-Wan. They betray you.
That seems so
Damn.
cool. It's so cool.
That's such an Obi-Wan thing, though.
Yeah.
Damn. Oh.
Don't give up.
Trust in the Force.
Damn.
Yes, sir.
So uncivilized.
Well, Kakashi may have been able to beat Obi too, but he just couldn't handle Obi-Wan. Got him.
Kakashi's wide array of moves certainly kept Kenobi on his toes, but the Jedi's arsenal was far more powerful and versatile than you might think.
Yeah, like how chakra is an internal life energy with a limited supply, but the Force is external and everywhere. Obi-Wan couldn't exactly run out of it, and Kakashi couldn't copy Force techniques, because, I mean, he's using external Force, not internal chakra. Totally different.
As for brute power, Ninja Mountain busting and Anakin's Dreadnought telekinesis were fairly comparable. However, Kenobi matched Anakin's force power well after he had become far stronger than that.
This is the chosen one we're talking about here. Other Jedi have done some crazy stuff, like throwing a fleet of Star Destroyers out of a solar system in seconds and stopping a whole planet from going kaboom. Oh, and you know how Obi-Wan tore apart Grievous's armor with his bare hands in Revenge of the Sith?
The same armor designed to survive starship cannons. It withstood a blast that annihilated a subterranean city and almost collapsed the surface of a planet.
I seriously doubt Obi is physically strong enough to rip that armor apart, but apparently the Force is.
Even Kamui wasn't a reliable option, since Kenobi's reaction speed was nearly 70,000 times faster than Kakashi's.
Yep.
More than
Yep.
quick enough to
So,
avoid
yeah,
Kamui,
you were right. He did have
especially with his
speed,
precognition.
like,
But we
by
can
a
hear
large
you shouting
margin.
in the back. What about Kakashi's dual Mangekyo Sharingan that Obito gave him? And the perfect Susanoo?
It's difficult to justify granting those to Kakashi at all, because they aren't really his. He could only use them when Obito's spirit briefly possessed his body.
Even if he did, the results probably wouldn't change much. Remember that Kip guy who moved a black hole? Yeah, he was directly compared to Obi-Wan by Luke himself.
If we're to take that at face value, this means Kenobi could theoretically call upon the Force to exert nearly 14 petatons of TNT.
Way more than what
Wow.
Kakashi was packing.
Yeah.
Sounds like a lot.
Then Obi-Wan
Bro
could
is-
just crush
bro
his
is-
organs.
bro had,
Shit, man,
bro
don't
had
mess around with
options.
Jedi.
I know it can seem strange to hear about Jedi being this powerful and deadly, but think of it this way. Part of the reason why the Jedi Code is so strict is because of this immense power at their fingertips. The Code tries to keep them, civilized in a way.
But when you enter a death battle, throw those morals out the window. We're looking for who wins a no-holds-barred fight to the death.
Kakashi had many impressive tools, tricks, and techniques, but Kenobi's brilliant speed, overwhelming force, and greater level of power won this bout.
In the end, Obi won.
The winner is Obi-Wan Kenobi.
From a certain point of view.
Oh!
Let's go. So, what did you think of that? What did you think of that?
He never loses.
Just
He never loses. Even when you think he does, he doesn't.
never doubted, never doubted.
And he's saying though, if that's what's saying, like I would love to see how they do Luke and is there Luke and Anakin as well?
There is a
Or
Luke.
Vader?
There is a Luke death. There, Luke versus Harry Potter and and there is Darth Vader. Darth Vader has 2 death battles actually.
But no Anakin. Okay.
No Anakin. No Anakin.
Okay. All right. Yeah. No, I'm happy. Finally got another win under my belt. It's been a bit.
Yeah. If you can't tell, as I mentioned in a community post, recording for Doomslayer versus Master Chief went under the bus because of some issues. Minato and I both chalk up another win on the board for that one. We went for Doomslayer. Zombie did not.
No, I did not. But like I said, Captain never goes down with his ship.
I do respect the fact that you fully realized after the analysis, you realized that, oh god, Master Chief is gonna fucking die, but you decided to still ride with him.
Yeah, I literally said, "Oh no!" Like midway through the analysis.
Oh, that was hilarious. Just like guys, I think I might be cooked.
Listen, I like both the characters, but I'm gonna root for Master Chief way more than Doomslayer. So
Yeah, you had to ride with your guy.
just one of those things,
Yeah, completely respectable. But yeah, this death battle came out 5 years ago now. Holy, just
5 years ago.
Yeah, 5 years ago now.
Dang. Like when you say 5 years ago, like I think of like 2018 or like 2017.
I know.
No, that was like 2020.
Yeah,
that was like 2020.
But yeah, this
Time
is
flies when you're watching Death Battle.
Yeah, but I will say this is probably probably in my top 10. I dare even say top 5 death battles.
Yeah, I mean for me, at least top 3 is that. I guess versus Fall Guys, probably number 1. And
that is
even though
choice.
I still talk about it, and I will still think he got robbed. Giorno versus Joker.
Yeah, that was. What do you think? What about Dio versus Alucard? I know I did show you that one before we started like reaction and stuff.
That was fine, But I'm obviously gonna root for the heroes more than Dio's cool. I did root for him. I'm gonna back Giorno a lot more than I'll back Dio.
You know what? Fair enough. But yeah, just really, it's just crazy to see how far these death battles have come. But yeah, to answer your question, Boba Fett has 2 death battles. Darth Vader has 2 death battles. Luke Skywalker has 1 death battle, and Yoda has a death battle.
Yoda, okay. I wonder if they're gonna do like Mace Windu soon. Like that'd be cool.
If I had to guess who would be next for death battle, I have no idea.
It's probably gonna be Maul soon because Maul has a show coming out as well. It's just another thing adding on, and I think Maul is a good.
I can see that.
If not, Mace Windu has to be it.
Definitely possible.
But yeah, I mean,
yeah, that was fun. Yeah, that was really good. And funny enough, this episode came out directly on May 4th of 2020.
Dang.
So this is literally the 5-year anniversary of this episode coming out.
Dang.
Just insane how much time flies.
I feel old. I didn't think this death battle made me start feeling old now.
Bro, forget you feeling old. I watched this when it came out. How do you think I feel?
No, I mean, you're just saying 5 years ago, it's 2020. I mean, come on now.
To be fair, I mean, I can show you a death battle from 2011. That just means the show is old. Doesn't mean like you're old. But like me, I watched it come out. I'm like, oh, what do you mean? It was 5 years ago now.
Nago, it's been 30 years since this came out. What do you mean?
It can't be.
You just hear like a heart monitor go off.
That's not true. That's impossible. Oh.
How do I say heart monitor? You wouldn't even be that old 30 years from now. It's not like you're 90 or something.
Yeah, how just jeez. But yeah, that was Obi-Wan versus Kakashi and Zombie. I am very happy that you enjoyed that.
Yes. That was a lot of fun.
Yes, but what would you want to know the other Star Wars characters' death battle matchups, or would you want to be surprised when I inevitably show them?
Surprised. I would like to be surprised.
Okay. In that case, I think that will do it for this video. Do you have any closing comments on Obi-Wan versus Kakashi?
Just, you can't. It's hard to beat the GOAT. I don't know what to tell you.
Precisely. Oh, one thing I do want to appreciate. Pretty much every single line Obi-Wan said during the fight was a meme. Like, every single another happy landing. Hello there. Oh, I don't think so. Just
It's either memeing or aura farming.
But yeah. Alright. That'll do it for this episode. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. See ya!